on stage. He's the one. He's the only. It's Lance Dixon, everybody.
Best introduction by a stranger ever. Thank you very much. I recently had a sex change. I started having it again. Usually I say, welcome to the Acapulco room of the Zogs Lounge. And people say, well, it's not really the Acapulco room, Lance. And I say, well, when you sound like this, every fucking room you go into is the Acapulco room. That's basically what happens. I was bugged a lot to go into radio when I was in the Army, actually. You go to the MEP station, you know, you get the MEP's lunch, you go to the MEP's paperwork, and you sit down with the council and they say, Lance, we've got some people from Armed Forces Radio that would love to talk to you. We think you have good chops that we hear at about 12. And I said, no, it's about 5 minutes before the big hour, 5 o'clock. We got the best hot tracks of wax in the whole stacks. And next, a song that used to be called Scrambled Eggs. And then I didn't go see the radio guy, and I went and joined the Army and shot it. That's what happens. Yeah. So, I didn't always try comedy or HVAC. I'm actually an HVAC guy. I tried nursing, but it hurt my nipples too much. Yeah, that's a joke. Yeah. They're probably going to have to change the venue after that shooting because, honest to goodness, the name of the venue at the country music shooting is the Harvest Court, or Harvest Platform. And the thing about shooting at a bunch of rednecks is that there's probably people hitting the ground critiquing the guy shooting at them. They're probably on the ground going, you think he's using a bipod? Oh, that's definitely 7.62. You know, that's really the tough part about shooting at gun fans is, you know, you whip out a gun and they start telling you you're using the wrong one and you're too close and you're pussy, you need a scope, things like that. You know? Just shooting at gun people, you know, you get a lot of criticism for that. I have 3 kids. Yes, I was allowed to reproduce. And I have a daughter. And if you have a daughter, you have a permanent critic the rest of your life. They know everything better than you. Every 12-year-old girl is basically Madeleine Albright, you know, it's a miniature form. And they're very vindictive. Estrogen has this very vindictive chemical in your brain. And guys, you know, you put us under stress, we form a pecking order, we get the job done, we kill the giraffe, we bring it home, everyone eats. Women decide who they like and don't like, and it is like that permanently for the rest of their life. I have a twin sister, and I can say 8th grade, and she'll go so-and-so, and she has a shit list for every period in her life. But so I have a daughter, Charlotte. She's very vindictive. We went camping, and there are mosquitoes, and she comes in, lips up, and the hands are on the hips, and you know not to mess with her. And she says, "Where's the mosquito repellent?" And I go, "Okay, here's the mosquito repellent." And she leaves the tent, and I don't ask, okay? I assume somebody's gonna get killed or cigarette lighter trick or something like that. I go outside and she's not spraying mosquito repellent on herself. She's spraying mosquitoes vindictively with mosquito repellent. And I go, "Charlotte, why are you doing that, dear? What's going on?" And Charlotte goes, "Well, they bit me," big mistake. And so I'm spraying the mosquitoes with mosquito repellent so the other mosquitoes won't have anything to do with them and they'll be forced to wander forever and die alone. That's the wonder of girls right there. Right? That's the wonder of girls. No one holds a grudge like a 12-year-old girl. Perhaps. It's true. You know. So I'm an HVAC guy, and we're standing in sewage, to about here. And when I say sewage, I mean you can have perfectly clean water, like 50 million gallons of perfectly clean water, one piece of fucking corn, it's all sewage, right? Basically, that's a rule. But homeowners don't know this. So they come down, and the person looks at all the water and basically goes, "Is that all sewage?" The guy I work with is a very quick-thinking guy, and you can try this at home. He dips this finger in the water, then puts this finger in his mouth, and then looks at the homeowner and goes, "Yeah, we're running about 50-50. Oh. Never talk to us again. Very quiet night. My first job as a plumbing apprentice was to be in a hole where we're putting in a backflow preventer, which is a box with a flap so the sewage goes one way, not the other. So basically your job is, you have a big, huge shit pipe with a 6 family above you, and you put your face near it because your hand isn't good enough. You have to have those fine hairs in your face. And when someone flushes, the air comes before the load, and you jump out and say, "Incoming!" And everyone gets out of the hole, and whatever comes down the pipe comes down the pipe. Then you get back in there, you clean it up, and you get back to work. Because you can't possibly make a huge apartment building stop flushing things. I remember the very first time I did it, I got into the hole, I felt the air, I jumped out and he said, incoming! And cleaned it up, and we go to back, jump in, and my boss goes, wait for the paper. That is the wisdom of an ancient plumber right there. Wait for the paper. They could be wiping. Wait again. More plumbing stories. Everyone likes plumbing stories. Working at a flop house. Working at a flop house. And in a flop house, the manager gets a free room. You might not know this. It might be a career opportunity for some of you. You're looking for a room. You could be a flop house manager. You just live there, yell at people, do drugs. It's a great gig. So we're turning off the water. My boss goes, Lance, go upstairs, tell him we're turning off the water. Okay. I get halfway down the hallway. Flop houses, not the best construction in the world. Very easy to hear people in flop houses. And so obviously 2 people were having very loud, angry sex in the manager's apartment. So I hesitate. I hesitate too long to go back. My boss is already walking down the hallway with a wrench. God damn it, Lance, we got to turn the water off. And he stops because he hears 2 people going at it. And he gets into it. He's like, yeah, boy, he's just getting it. Oh, yeah, woo. Walks up, 2 guys come to the door. I worked there for 9 years. And every time I fucked up, he would correct me. And every single time he would add on to the end of it, you knew that was 2 guys in his apartment. Every single time for 9 years. You knew it was 2 guys. Every single time. School shootings. The Stranger, you guys, how many people knew about The Stranger before? 1 person. It's funny because when you raise your hand, if someone asks you about The Stranger, you know about The Stranger, so raise your hand like this.
I call it a handsome stranger.
A handsome stranger. What's dark? I don't know. So, on my phone, I looked it up, and there are actually a couple of people. And when I say a couple of people, I mean more than 1. And they're touring the country, and the name of these 2 people are the Minimalists. Plural. Plural. So 2 people tour the country talking about minimalism. And we as Americans are so stupid that no one fucking stands up and says, why are there 2 of you? They have a web page. They're minimalists also that sell things. So they're telling you to be a minimalist. There's 2 of them, and they have you buy more shit to bring home. Not making it up. Coming down to America. What else is it going to talk about? Well, that's about it, I think. Thank you all for your time.